What's up, guys? Today I'm putting a quick episode together. We're in the marsh. Cora and I are here. My dad's actually here also. Conditions for us: sunny, low winds, really low tide, pretty dirty water, and there's a ton of bait here. Ton of mullet back here in the marsh. I actually had one mullet jump into my kayak a little bit earlier. So these are a little bit difficult conditions to fish the marsh, but I have already caught a pretty nice redfish that you guys are going to see, and I'm hoping to put a really quick video together kind of showing you guys how I attack the marsh when these conditions are present. So you're going to want to stay tuned. You're watching Texas Redfish Hunter TV. You're watching Texas Redfish Hunter TV, brought to you by Redtail Rods, American-made, Texas-built, Redtail Optics, and Twang. Add a dash to your beer or snack. As I always like to do on my way out to the marsh, I'm stopping at the bridge to throw some casts. The trout and flounder love sitting at these spots just because of the eddy currents created by the water flowing through these bridges. It always produces for me. Stay on. Yeah, stay on. Stay on, Vonda. Oh, it's a trout. Is it a keeper? Oh, it's a flounder. It's fighting like a flounder. Could have used you on tournament day. 16. Do we want to keep him? I didn't bring the stringer, so I guess not, right? Boom. Down south lure. So one of the techniques I use is when the tide is this low, I start fishing holes. I know of some holes and I look for holes because I know the fish are going to concentrate in that deeper water, especially when the tide is this low. There's a little hole. There's a little hole right on the, right where those ducks are and back. Yeah. There's a little hole there. Like just behind those ducks. On this side though. Channel side of those ducks.
Yeah, there's no fish in that hole, Andrew.
What is that? What is it? The red? Hold it up so Cora can take a picture. Unfortunately, we didn't get a picture of this red because the camera didn't work at the time, but it was about a 16-inch red sitting right in that hole, right where he was supposed to be. So now that I've made it into the marsh, I'm standing up and I'm looking for my spots. I'm looking for deeper holes and cuts. Most of this marsh during this low tide is between 4 and 6 inches deep. I'm looking for water that's closer to 2 feet deep, maybe even a little bit deeper. Those reds like cruising those cuts, especially on these low tides. Now that's not to say that they won't go up into that 4 or 6 inch water range, but most of the time they're going to stay in those cuts. And I like looking for water movement also, because that's going to bring bait to the redfish, and even if they're not actively feeding, they're probably going to hit something that's put right in front of their face. It didn't take long for me to find exactly what I was looking for. Good cut, with good depth, and good water movement. Figured this was my best shot at finding a redfish. Good fish. Good fish, good fish, good fish. Told ya. Are you doing work back there? Gotta be a red. What is this? Pull and drag. This is a good red. It's a good red. Oh shit. Sorry, camera. Good redfish. He is not ready to come in yet. Get up. Come on. Oh, shit. He keeps trying to duck under the kayak. Gotta really try to prevent him from doing it. There's a nice deep hole right here. And he was sitting right in the middle of it. Come on. Don't go under. You ready yet? Think you're ready. You ready? Nope. You turn back in. Come on, Mr. Redfish. Come here. That's what I like to see. Yeah. Came gulped under a popping cork. He's about 22, 23 inches. Alright, back in the water he goes. Well, that was easy. Alright guys, so the lures I'm throwing today are this Bugs Black and Gold. That's a really good lure that I love throwing in the marsh. It creates like puffs in the mud, and that gold flick, just like it sets some fish off. Another lure I'm throwing is a down south lure on a trout eye jig head. And of course, can't forget about the old faithful gulp shrimp under a popping cork. I'm using like a root beer with a chartreuse tail. I really like the chartreuse tail gulps. That's pretty much the only type of gulp I'll throw. It's definitely successful. Hold on, wait.
Wow.
Oh, that's a nice one. My dad was also having a pretty solid day fishing live shrimp in the marsh in those cuts. And on the way back in, he made one last cast at the bridge and slammed a fat trout.
He's a keeper?
Yeah, he's a keeper.
15 maybe?
He's probably he's just a little over 15 probably.
Yeah. I got him down the gill, so
Well,
going in
the cooler?
the Alright.
17-inch trout, and he's gonna die, so he's going home with us. Good job, Dad.
to say it was skill. It was more like I was bumping into the pylon over there, and I put down my rod to push off the pylon. And
So you're sitting right under the bridge.
he was in the shadow right under the bridge.
Well, I guess we're gonna take all the drinks out of the cooler.
But I ended up with 4 reds in that gut.
Really?
Yeah, just drifting that gut coming back.
Any
Nothing
size?
big.
Nothing
Biggest
big.
was about 16. You know, the other ones were about the size of one I caught right here.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, all in all, not a bad morning.
Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this episode of Texas Redfish Hunter TV. It was a quick little episode. We didn't fish for very long. My dad's got to get back to town, back to San Antonio, so we're not going to stay on the water too long. But we still had a pretty good success, caught some really good fish. And I hope you guys learned something about how I target the marsh under these conditions. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. That would be much appreciated. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Coming up on Texas Redfish Hunter TV, we've got some more kayak fishing for beginner stuff. And we've also got a ton of IFA tournament footage. So you're not going to want to miss that. So hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next week.